All right, political analyst Bongani Mahlangu joins us now via video link to weigh in on this story. Bongani, thank you so much for your time. I mean, we know he was speaking, of course, as an ANC member, but this is the newly appointed mayor of Johannesburg. One wonders, how much consultation was made before Dada Morero's proposal to then employ documented foreign nationals in the JMPD. What do you make of this, especially considering his reasons of language barriers when arresting foreign nationals?
Greetings, Unati, and also greetings to the viewers at home. I think the first point to make is that what they are not addressing is the discipline within the ANC, because he made these statements, as you have rightfully said, as a chairperson of the region at a regional Lekgotla. So it was an internal party meeting that was recorded, and the recording was published externally without prior permission, and that's what caused the hysteria. So it just goes to say, or it's an indictment of the discipline of the ANC in that region, and equally the discipline of the ANC in general, province and national. But then getting into the actual utterances that he had made, it's just a reflection as well that there was no proper research conducted here. So meaning the packaging of this item was not properly done, because if he were to make his political statement as the regional chairperson of the region, he has to also make some consultations with regards to engage the REC, because it's the political statement of the REC and not his alone as an individual chairperson. So that means there was no engagement of that nature that took place. Hence, everyone was caught off guard when the statement was actually made on that platform. So again, it's a discipline issue within the ANC.
I'll come to the discipline point that you're making, Bongani, but let's sit now with some of the comments. I mean, the former Gauteng Premier, if you recall, David Makura, described unemployment as a crisis in the province, which forms part of that region, of course, during his State of the Province address. The needle hasn't moved much since those utterances were made, especially considering many youth in the country are still unemployed. Some of them are trained reservists in the law enforcement space. I mean, those comments do bring some form of light here in terms of just how in tune is the ANC, particularly in this region, with the levels of unemployment for South Africans.
Yes, again, it demonstrates the level of aloofness, because not just unemployment as captured by the quarterly labor force survey, but policing or policemen, it's not a scarce skill according to the Immigration Act. According to the 142 scarce skills and qualifications that are listed on the list by Home Affairs. So that means that these are job or opportunities that can be offered to ordinary citizens or residents of Johannesburg, because we're talking about the JMPD. So he did not read the room. Also, what he made mention of in terms of procuring or recruiting such individuals is not unique. The arguments he made is not unique. There are many other big cities around the world that have a lot of foreigners or foreign nationals that are concentrated in those cities and speak a foreign language and no domestic languages. So he should have checked what they do. So to suggest that he will offer or create employment opportunities for these foreign nationals, overlooking South Africans or residents of the city that happens to be South African, again, it goes back to that it was ill-informed, it was not properly researched, it was not properly packaged. So I think it was just something that came to his head when he was on the platform and uttered it without due regard. The city of Johannesburg will always have also an employment issue. I mean, it is the biggest metro by budget in the country. It controls a budget of almost, I think, 80 billion rands. So it will attract a lot of citizens from across the country, a lot of citizens from across the province that are looking for greener pastures. So it will always have that employment issue. So that's what he should have concentrated on. As you have rightfully said, they are reservists. There are community policing forums. Individuals in the community policing forums have interest in joining the JMPD. They have interest in joining the SAPS. Hence, they are volunteering their services. So that's where you start to recruit. And some of these people also reside in the very same communities that he had made mention of, your Yeoville, your Hillbrow, and so forth. They might be South African, but due to their residence in such geographies, they tend to command those foreign languages, at least at an elementary level. So that's why I'm saying we can make a lot of arguments with regards to that, but his utterances were just not properly structured.
And I mean, let's look at then the discipline issue that you are making. I want to perhaps touch on the repercussions of the statements internally. Just given the internal ANC dynamics and sensitivities around just how badly the party did in the national May elections, and especially the focus now from national level in the ANC scrutinizing on the ANC in Gauteng and how they played a part in the ANC's dismal performance in the May elections. One can only imagine this is probably one problem that Premier Panyaza Lesufi doesn't want additional focus on the ANC, even if it is a regional structure that has now again, turned its focus on the party.
Again, yes, this region also is very important to the ANC. Remember, it was Johannesburg region or Johannesburg Metropolitan Municipality that in 2021 dropped to 33.60%. And that is almost equivalent to what the ANC got in the province. So the city of Johannesburg has the highest concentration of people or residents of Gauteng. So what tends to happen in that city is a precursor of what will happen in the province. So several months from now, we'll be going to the 2026 local government elections. And such statements or the video that was captured and published will be played by opposition and other people to remind the people why not to vote for the ANC.
Yeah.
Already the ANC is limping in the province and they are trying to regain strength. They've recently taken over the city of Johannesburg. Several months ago, they took over city of Eguruleni. They are now targeting city of Tshwane. So this does not help their prospects, especially in the long run in the context of the next coming local government elections. So it is important to instill discipline, and it's important to ensure that that discipline trickles down up until a VD of the branch of a branch of an ANC region, province, and national. But also when you look at provincial as well, as far as discipline is concerned, province is the very same structure that defied an order by the national ANC not so long ago to work with the DA and form a government of provincial unit. So it just goes to show that this ill discipline is not necessarily attributed or is not necessarily a problem of city of Johannesburg or Johannesburg region, but it comes from the top and it's going down. So from data now at regional level, it's most likely going down to the branch, and as I said, to the voting district, the VD. So a lot of introspection needs to be done by the ANC in Gauteng and the ANC in Johannesburg region.
Bongani, thank you so much for your time and, of course, your commentary. Bongani Mahlangu is a political analyst.